In the past year, have you at any point worried about a cybercrime happening to you? If so, you're far from alone. In a 2018 poll by Gallup, it was found that over 70% of Americans fear having their personal data stolen from computers and online networks. To put this statistic in perspective, the poll also found that only 25% of Americans are worried about terrorism, and only 17% worry about being murdered. Yes, being murdered. Today, we will explore how everyone can secure their personal cyber information. First, we will examine what the goals of who is threatening your cybersecurity are and the various after effects these threats can cause. Next, we will investigate how these threats are able to penetrate your cyber defenses. And finally, we will uncover how you, as a user, can secure your network and online information. Now, let us turn our attention towards the goals of cyber attacks and the after effects they can cause. The primary motivation for the perpetrators of cyber attacks, as found by Verizon's 2018 breach investigation reports, is to no one's surprise, financial gain. Yes, money. It all comes down to money. And exactly how much money do these perpetrators stand to gain, you might ask? Well, in 2015, the cost of malware was $500 billion US dollars. The current cost of malware is $2 trillion US dollars. And the cost of malware is expected to rise to $6 trillion US dollars by 2021. And the average cost of a data breach globally in 2018 was $3.86 million. However, this was globally. In the US, the average was much higher. The average, in fact, was $7.9 million per data breach in the US. And while you may think it's the large corporations and companies that are being hit, it's in fact the opposite. In an article published by the Denver Post in 2016, it was found small and mid-sized businesses are hit by 62% of all cyber attacks. It was also found that of those small and mid-sized businesses hit, 60% of them will be out of business within 6 months. Now, as you can see, cybercrimes are a big deal. And this brings me to my second point, which is, of course, how cyber attacks get past security. And the answer is so simple, yet so surprising for most people. Out of 50,000 security incidents, email is responsible for 92% of all cases, and drive-by downloads for 6% of the remaining cases. Most of the incidents involving email covering phishing emails, which trick users into handing over important information. These emails want your passwords, account numbers, and social security number usually. And the reason why these emails are so successful is because they pose as companies that you trust, such as a bank, credit card company, online store, etc. And these emails usually also tell a story, such as, we detected suspicious activity on your account, and we require some personal information that we should already have, which already should be a red herring, right? And then they can also tell stories of such as, you're eligible for a government refund if you give us your social security number, which obviously. And when people inevitably give these phishing emails their passwords, the people behind these scams can usually access multiple accounts because people tend to use the same password for different accounts, obviously. So this essentially lets the hackers get away with killing multiple birds with one stone. Now, let's move on to drive-by downloads. Drive-by downloads are the unintentional download of a virus or malicious software on your device. Just opening a compromised web browser puts your device at risk of this type of attack. The goal of most drive-by downloads are to install cryptojacking software. Cryptojacking is a new hack that has emerged with the new and growing cryptocurrency trade. It is hard to detect and can remain active for months. As a result of this, and according to Michael Nadeau, a CSO analyst, 5 to 8 million attempts of cryptojacking happen every month. These hacks use large amounts of CPU and electricity, which can increase your electricity bill and wear out your computer parts faster, which obviously you don't want. And then also recently, there has been a growing trend of malware being developed to target phones and tablets. A direct result of this trend is the 24,000 malicious apps that are now blocked every day by various app stores. The large volume of malicious apps makes it impossible to block every single one of them, so a few will always inevitably slip through. Now that we know how these cyber attacks slip past security, let us examine how users can protect their personal data. The steps a user needs to take to protect their personal data are simple and quick to remember. Step 1. Always be wary of suspicious emails. If you get an email from a person that you don't know, or it does not seem like an email that person would send, don't open it. Most likely their account was compromised and they don't know it, and the hacker or whoever was compromised their system is sending an email to try to spread the virus or try to gain access to your account now. Step 2. Don't open attachments unless you're 100% sure it is safe. Companies usually get hacked after one unsuspecting employee, yes, one, it only takes one, downloads a malicious program that then infiltrates the whole network. Step 3. Use two-factor authentication. Two-factor authentication prevents hackers from using one password to hack everything. Step 4. Don't share personal or important data on public Wi-Fi. This is because you have no idea how secure the connection is. Generally, if you're at a coffee shop and you're using their public data, or your public Wi-Fi, you don't want to use your banking app and give your banking details on that Wi-Fi, because again, you have no idea how secure it is. And step 5 is arguably the most important and is the easiest step to do, is to just update your software and use firewall or antivirus on your computer and tablets, any device generally. It's the most important because once they update it, they add new security features generally, and if you're using an outdated system and you're not updating things, viruses can take advantage of that and just go through known security breaches. Now in conclusion, while cybercrime may seem as something that must be solved by a professional, there are in fact multiple steps you as a user can do to stop these threats in their tracks. Remember, financial gain is the primary objective of a cyber attack usually, and the financial gain of the hacker can spell out financial ruin for you and your company. With this in mind, it is best to remember, always be wary of suspicious emails, to be careful of what you download and what sites you visit. If what I said has scared you in any way, good. Take action and upgrade your cybersecurity so you won't have to be afraid of being a victim of a cyber attack that happens every 39 seconds. Thank you for your time.